What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Brandon. We're going to talk about all of the new Pokemon stuff today that just got dropped today. Now, at the point that I'm recording the video, we have no English trailer, but we do have English information on the Pokemon's official website. So we're going to break down the trailer, and then we're going to talk about some of the information they posted on their website. Yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so I'm here. We have the trailer up. I'm going to play it in half speed with the volume off, and we can kind of take a look at what's going on. Starting off, of course, we have the Galarian Slowbro that we're finally getting full visuals of with the cloister tail on his hand, kind of like a cannon. I like it. That is going to be Poison Psychic, according to the information on their website. This looks like it's going to be that's one of the apricorn trees, and jumping frame by frame, obviously we can. I don't want to go 2 seconds at a time. We have Luxio confirmed. Let me back up a little bit, see if there's anything I missed. Oop, Ice Cube in the overworld there. Absol, and I believe in the background we saw, sorry, look at that one more time. Yeah, there's a Litwick bouncing just behind Absol, but we already knew Litwick was in the game. There's your Luxray. Obviously, Urshifu, Giratina, confirmed there real quick. Now, the trailer goes through everything they wanted to give us on both the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor. So we start off walking into the Isle of Armor here, and it just looks gorgeous. We got Avery there. It's just stunning. The visuals for this entire update with some of the raids in the background. So right here, of course, we have confirmation for Scyther and Tauros, and also Druddigon. Exciting for me, I just got myself a shiny Druddigon in a friend safari. Obviously the Whismur line as well. Sandile, I don't think we had Sandile before. We had Oranguru before, but we didn't have Tangrowth, so now your Tangela line is in, which means that if you played Let's Go and you shiny hunted for a Tangela, you get your shiny Tangrowth pretty easily. Execute's back, which means you can bring in Alolan Executor from Alola. Obviously the Poliwag line with a Politoed back in the background. We already knew about Wailord, but here's a Kangaskhan. That's about it. That's about it on that. Bouffalant is back, and my favorite, Lycanroc, Emolga. Emolga being all sorts of cool, and in the Mindfu line, there's the whole Talonflame line, and Dragalge as well. That was a bunch of, was that really fast running Slowpoke? Let's take a look at that again. Those are Slowpoke just sprinting. And Cram-Bot or whatever. There's a little bit of information on this Dynamax looking soup right there, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Pretty cool, I think, seeing all of this stuff. Just the details, like my friend pointed out when watching this. Look at Avery, the psychic type here. He's holding the ball with the psychic energy that he has, and he never actually holds it. He just kind of flicks with his finger and the ball goes flying. But they confirmed for us that Avery is psychic type, and Clara is going to be poison type, and Slowbro is psychic poison. Both of them are going to have him. Both of them are going to have him. Looks like we get to choose between a Squirtle and a Bulbasaur, giving us the Gigantamax form for both of those, which look pretty cool. Again, we'll take some of the information on that later. There's your Kubfu. There's Kubfu hiding up in the top there. I know I'm making this 3-minute trailer a 6-minute trailer, but I want to break down so we can actually see all the information in it. Nothing crazy so far that we didn't really already know about, but there's confirmation for Staryu, and you might have missed it just a second ago. Right at the beginning of this split frame, Starmie here. Obviously, we already knew about Pelipper. Obviously, if Staryu's in, Starmie's gonna be in. I like the way that these new trainer outfits look. Obviously, my channel avatar was inspired by these. I sent pictures of this person or these outfits over to my artist to get that done. I think it's pretty came out pretty well. So of course, depending on which tower you go through, they told us you can get Urshifu, Rapid Strike, or we'll have to look at the names of them because my name is blanking. The 2 different forms, and they've shown us these before just in a quick quick thing in one of the last trailers, and I've heard a lot of people say they haven't shown us the Gigantamax forms. They totally did. We saw these, but we just saw the still frames of them. So seeing them in action here is pretty cool. I like it a lot. And then we switch over to the Crown Tundra, which I think is just heckin' cool. Man, there's a lot of cool in this one. I wonder, that's looking like a there's dark swirlies. I know they've shown the swirlies around special raid beams before, but those ones are dark. They're darker than normal. We got Calyrex here. More apricorn trees. I'm hoping you saw in the last one. Our little Triforce wearing bro here. I'm seeing a lot of Pokeballs on the ground, so hopefully this is somewhat official gameplay footage. Overall, Frostmouth is cool. Look at the particle effects on the back of the bike here. Nothing new in this scene except for the giant tree up in the background. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those giant trees as well. Something to do with the apricorns or something to do with like the Tree of Life. This is totally Chairman Rose's father. Chairman Rose's dad, without a doubt. Reggie stuff, and Reggie stuff. Yeah, so you can encounter yourself a Regi-Rock, Registeel. Sorry, that's Regice and Registeel. Throwing the Relicanth out, I wonder if they're going to have you do anything. They've shown us Wailord and Relicanth in this trailer, so I wonder if we're going to have to do anything kind of like what we did back in Hoenn. This is huge. It's a huge tree. You got your Cryogonal in the background, obviously Swablu confirmed. There's Cryogonal again, and your Vanillite or whatever version of that one that is. This is totally a cemetery with a raid den in the middle. There's something crazy going on up in the background up there. Oh, that's just the top of the tree. Okay, they want to show us that from every angle. I really like the birch trees. I'm really happy with that. And more particle effects. Do you see the snow? It just clearly they're making the bike better. And here we get the crazy. You got your Mewtwo, Ho-Lugia, Groudon, Dialga-Palkia. Of course, you're gonna get Reshiram Zekrom, Evoltal and Xerneas, and then Lunala and Solgaleo. They show us all the box legendaries will be returning. And this, officially from the Pokemon website, we'll get to that in a few minutes, is Regieleki. And this is Regidrago. So, Electric-type and Dragon-type confirmed. This is Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. They are confirmed to be, Articuno is going to be Psychic Flying, Zapdos is Fighting Flying, and Moltres is Dark Flying. And then one more just shot of Calyrex being all cool and Triforce-like. Just a bunch of trainer stuff, Oh my god, what is going on? The Gmax forms of our OG starters for Galar. Just looking cool. You notice I like the little effect there, and I hope that stays in the game, right? Oops. Oh, I missed it again. You might be able to see it. Let's slow it down one more time and back up just a hair. I want to go here. When it hits, it goes negative. I love it. I don't know why it stuck out to me so much. It just goes negative. Really cool. Really cool. Let's bump forward. Actually, we'll need to slow this down here a little bit. Nothing crazy going on yet, but there's gonna be some cool stuff that we want to see in it. You gotta slow it down to see it. So in here we get to do double battles with what looks like obviously Magmar confirmed, Mimikyu and Dragapult we already had, of course, Kingdra in, Magnezone in. What was beyond that before the Magnezone? Oh, right, that's just a Rabombi. Sorry, really slow. Quick to see. All right, right here, Lurantis confirmed, along with obviously Ninetales, Aggron, and your Slowpoke, using it as a crazy cannon. And all of this will be available on June 17th. June 17th, so 2 weeks away. It's a Wednesday, June 17th. And pricing, but it's all in Japanese and I can't read any of this, so there's some stuff about special stuff, but we'll get to that in a minute. This is just awesome. Such a cool background. I love it. The first new adventure unlocked by your expansion pass will take place in the Isle of Armor, an island in the Galar region. It's full of environments not seen in Galar before, like beaches, forests, bogs, caves, and sand dunes. There are plenty of Pokemon that make this island their home. So just some screenshots. We get the Dredigan again, Krabby or Kingler, stuff that we've already seen before. We've seen this picture before. There might be more details added to it. I don't know that we had all of the Slowpoke, and that kind of looks like a Bruxish. But I don't remember if Bruxish is in the game or not. So I think we just, is this trailer going to be in English? Oh my god. That's hilarious. Trailer's in English, guys. So I think everything is going to be the same all the way through. Let me just do a quick kind of brush through. Okay, so yeah, all of the information all the way through the same. It was pictures. There was no voices. So it's all the same all the way through, but let's take a look at the ending. Available June 17. The expansion passes are going to be, okay, so they've still just stuck to fall 2020, but we're getting it fall 2020. It doesn't seem to have been pushed back yet. There's a hashtag that you can use. Full version of the game is required, and that was it. They didn't give us any of the extra stuff that they talked about. Okay, cool. Well, so you can watch the trailer in English, but the only thing that matters is the very end. Let's take a look at some of the newly discovered Pokemon. So we already know about Kubfu. Kubfu is a fighting type, the Wushu Pokemon. We pretty much knew all of this. Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and Single Strike. Duh. I believe this information is all from the last DLC, but we do have our big guys. Our big guys are pretty cool. In this form of Roiling Rage, people call it the embodiment of rage. And Urshifu will quietly maintain its stance in the Rapid Strike form when agitated. This Pokemon, words. I'm good at reading. Gmax One Blow and Gmax Rapid Flow. So it's going to be a dark type attack used by the Single Strike. Water type will be Rapid Flow. They can deal damage even if a target defend himself with Max Guard or Protect. That's pretty cool. So we've seen, I'm not going to touch on these four here much because we saw them in the last trailer. But I'm going to jump over to Glary and Slowbro. Is the Hermit Crab Pokemon Psychic Poison or Poison Psychic with Quick Draw. They kept relative appearance to the Cloyster shell on the back, but put it on its hand, keeping the purple. Well, the yellow turns purple, so I'm curious what the shiny's gonna look like. Hopefully, I'm thinking like gold, and I think the purple or the yellow turned like a dark orange. So purple, I don't know what the purple's gonna turn into, but I think its body is gonna be gold. Gains the poison type from the shock of Shelder's bite. The Shelder bite set off a chemical reaction within the spices inside Galarian Slowpoke's body, causing Slowbro to gain the poison type. Very cool. The Shelder sometimes unconsciously bites down harder, causing an itch that drives Slowbro to start swinging its arm around indiscriminately and smashing its opponents or surroundings. I'm making up words. It's highly dangerous, and it beats opponents to the draw. So normally the Pokemon's zoned out. Facing off against strong opponents activates the stimulants in its body, sending them coursing through its nervous system and delivering a jolt. And at that point, it turns into electric type. Don't believe me on that, I'm kidding. When this happens, Slowbro's expression sharpens with a speed that puts even the quickest reflexes to shame. I wonder if that has anything to do with why we saw the crazy fast Slowpoke in the first half of the trailer too. It readies its Shelder and makes a poisonous liquid shoot from the tip. Okay, so Shell Sidearm. Oh my god, they're talking about Pokemon Gun, guys. Pokemon Gun is here. It's in the form of Galarian Slowbro. It inflicts special or physical damage depending on which damage will target. Oh my god, really? That's really cool. So it'll change which type of damage it does depending on the defense stats. Awesome. So Gmax Venusaur, we still don't know its weight because it's a Gmax. They never show us that, but its Gmax move is called Vine Lash, and it looks exactly like what you'd expect from Ash's Bulbasaur getting all big. We have the Blastoise, which just looks so cool. The official art on this is awesome, and if you saw in the trailer with it just shooting its water out like crazy, so it has Cannonade. Doesn't just deal damage to an opponent when it hits, it will continue to deal damage for 4 turns to any Pokemon that isn't water type. Is there a special extra set on this? Oh, okay, so the same deal. Deal damage for 4 turns to any Pokemon that isn't grass type. Is that the same thing for Charizard? We'll have to take a look at that after. So then we get the new guys. We got Regi-WHAT. It wasn't the name I was expecting, but I like it. So obviously electric type, transistor ability. I don't know what that does. This Pokemon absorbs electrons to live. Electrical energy makes most of its body up. The electric type moves are said to pack the greatest power of any electric type Pokemon. So it has a signature move, Thunder Cave. Researchers fitted with what is insulating equipment that does not conduct electricity. Okay. That's pretty cool. Hopefully there's some story-related stuff on that. In this electric type special move, Thunder Cage, the Pokemon fires furious bolts of electricity from its lower half, trapping its opponents directly in a cage of light. The Thunder Cage, cage of lightning rather, doesn't only deal damage when it lands, it can also be trapped within an electrifying field, causing damage every turn for 4 to 5 turns and preventing them from fleeing. So I'm seeing a trend in the new ones. Let's take a look at Regi-WHAT, the Dragon Orb Pokemon. What was this called? Is it the electric? Okay, so the Electron Pokemon. Got it. Dragon's Maw. The big thing being dragon energy. You can stop and read this stuff if you want. It's just some background on it. Pokemon assumes a similar shape to a dragon's head and then it fires an intense dragon energy from the mouth. You can see that here, looking all Charizard-like. The more HP, the higher the power. Interesting. Galarian Articuno. Obviously, you can read this stuff if you want. It is Psychic Flying. So a lot of people weren't sure, is it going to be Ice Psychic? Were they going to keep their original typings and gain their new typings, or were they going to keep the Flying type? They kept the Flying type. Galarian Articuno's Freezing Glare is a Psychic special move in which the Pokemon attacks using Psychic power from both eyes, and it may leave the target frozen. So there's your homage to its original typing, and it's so cool looking. Galarian Zapdos did keep the flying, even though it looks like a flightless bird, kind of looks like that Chocobo. It did keep its flying type, but it is fighting type. Keeping the trio, you had your ice, fire, water, ice, electric, and fire before, kind of all hating on each other. But now we have your psychic and your fighting, and obviously, if you couldn't tell, Moltres is dark. So its signature move here is that it overwhelms the target with a lightning-like move before delivering a kick that also lowers the defense stat. Looks pretty cool. And also lightning-like, of course, harking back to its original electric typing. Dark flying malevolent Pokemon with Berserk. A little bit of backwards information here. You can pause and read that if you'd like. The Pokemon transforms into a wraith. Its wrath, into a fire-like aura to attack, and it may make the Pokemon flinch. So I like it. They didn't keep their original typings, but their moves keep their new typings and reference their old typings. It's cool. I like it a lot. And then let's take a look and see if I can't find any information on the new features. So let's take a look at the Crown Tundra first. Another just stunning visual art that they gave us. Someone named Peony will help you. Peony is probably gonna. Okay, guys. His name is Peony. He looks like Chairman Rose. Their names are both flowers. It's Chairman Rose's dad or brother or they're related. They're related. Okay, their names are both flowers. You heard it here first. He's related to Chairman Rose. You probably heard it in other places first. I'm definitely not the first one to think that. But let's take a look at some of the new features here, okay? So we obviously have new clothing. You can look like Rose. You can look like Leon, Marnie, and whoever this is, I'm totally blanking. The stance is very Marnie-like, but I'm just totally blanking. Regardless, there's also new Pokedexes for each of the areas, because there's going to be a lot of new Pokemon. And new max raid battles. There's going to be new dens. Hopefully, maybe they'll revamp them now that they're giving us a totally new set of raids. They might revamp them to get rid of some of the exploits. There's also been new league cards. And the new features, obviously the cool ones, I think there's going to be items like the EXP Charm. Questions about that, we still don't know. Is it going to be something you can turn on or off? Or is it going to be on permanently like all the other things in the game? And does it just boost how much EXP you get even more? I don't know. We'll find out. The Cram-O-Matic, the dojo on the Island of Armor, houses a unique take on recycling in the form of a device called the Cram-O-Matic. If you feed it 4 items, it will combine them and give you a new item in exchange. You can receive a variety of items, including Pokeballs, PP-Ups, and more. and some combinations might produce rare items. I wonder if that means we're going to get new Pokeballs based on throwing in apricorns and stuff like that. This might be our way to get the apricorn balls instead of Kurt coming back. Completely new tutor moves will also be available. You can have your Pokemon learn these moves in exchange for Armorite Ore, an item that you can find in the Isle of Armor through max raid battles and other means. And then there's Burning Jealousy is a new fire-type move that can be taught. So this is one of the tutor moves. When it hits, it deals damage to all opposing Pokemon and burns all opposing Pokemon that have their stats boosted during the turn. Okay. Okay. So if you took the time to raise your stats at all, this move will burn you, but if you didn't, you're fine. Grassy Glide. This move has high priority when used on grassy terrain. Max Soup. Max Soup is a special dish. This is the cool thing, okay? It's a special dish made from rare ingredients that you can gather in the Isle of Armor. And if a Pokemon with great hidden ability drinks Max Soup, it will become a special Pokemon capable of Gigantamaxing. And what this tells me is that the way I'm reading this, and hopefully I'm right, any Pokemon within a species that could Gigantamax can have Max Soup in Gigantamax. So that tells me if you shiny hunted for Dreadnought, or you happen to find yourself a shiny Lapras, or you found yourself just a really good Scentiscorch that you wanted to use and you just don't want to ditch it and you want it to be your Gigantamax, you can feed it some Max Soup. If you got rid of your starter Pokemon, but you have a shiny 6 IV level 100 Inteleon and you want to make it your Gmax Inteleon, you should be able to feed it Max Soup and do exactly that. Some Pokemon you've already been traveling with may be able to gain the ability. So that's my guess. All right, and then there's a new version of battling called Restricted Sparring, and you'll be able to you'll be limited in what types of Pokemon you can use and forced to battle under certain conditions. I like it. Adding new meta. That's pretty cool. So then in the Crown Tundra, of course, oh my gosh, these are cool. Look at these raid dens. These are like caves that you can go into. You may run into Dynamax Pokemon, and you'll be able to triumph and blah, blah. So here, okay, obviously this is how we're going to end up finding legendary Pokemon. I feel like you make it through the cave, and at the end you'll find the Pokemon. That's where we're going to get all of our legendaries. We've clearly seen every box legendary from gens 1 through 7. I'm sure we'll see some other ones kind of crop up in there too that weren't maybe box legendaries, but like your Lake Guardians, your Weather Trio, the dogs, or the beasts rather, sorry. Latios, that kind of stuff I'm sure we'll end up seeing. Maybe not right off the bat, but they could patch them in. My worry is that it looks like we're going to follow the same exact battle dynamic as original max raids, which means you can lose them real easily, and you only get one chance to catch them. So what does that mean for shiny hunting? Right? So the cool thing about max raids was if you found a shiny max raid and you failed it, you go back in, that Pokemon will still be shiny. You can continue to try doing it until you succeed it, right? So if you happen to find a shiny Giratina and you saved in front of the den or whatever, you can host that den and try until you actually catch it. But what does that mean for the shiny hunting method? Does that mean our only way of getting shiny legendaries is to do the entire den over and over and over again, including all of the other battles in the middle of it? Does that mean we'd have to use the den exploit? How do we shiny hunt? Are we just going to have a really, really low chance of getting a shiny Pokemon legendary style, and it's going to be just hunting the legends is going to suck? Or are they going to implement some sort of soft reset method or runaway method? How cool would it be? Oh, and it sucks. I don't know. So how cool would it be if it's like a room? I don't know. I can't think of how it would work best, but it's like a room you have to enter, so you can save in front of it, and you can enter the room, and then if it's not Dynamax, or if it's not shiny, you can leave the room and you can go back into the room, and if it's not shiny, you can leave the room and you can go back into the room and re-encounter that way. I don't know. We'll get there. So then there's this last thing, the Galarian Star Tournament, where you can participate in a star tournament held in Winden, battle various trainers you met through Sword and Shield, but not just as opponents. You'll pick a teammate and tackle the tournament together. So like we're partnered up with Marnie. We might be able to partner up with these guys. It just seems pretty cool. And then this little graph that they gave us that outlines the stuff that we can get to plan to be added within each of the passes. So there'll be new areas for both of them. Cubfu and Urshifu are going to be Isle of Armor only, while Calyrex is going to be Crown Tundra. The Gigantamax forms for, Cinderace, Inteleon, and Rillaboom will be added in Isle of Armor, which means, of course, they'll carry over in Crown Tundra, but this is when we're getting them. And then the regional forms of just Stings. We know for a fact, of course, we're getting Slowbro here, and we're getting Slowking here. Obviously, we'll get the birds and the Regis. Well, the new Regis, but we'll get the birds in this half. But I wonder, they didn't show us any new regional forms other than the ones they showed us originally. So we might get more, we might not. Pokemon that didn't appear in Sword and Shield, of course, we're confirming new Pokemon every time. New Pokedexes, new clothing items, Pokemon added to Max Raid battles, new items in general. I'm thinking Apricorns with those big trees, among other things like the evolution items for Slowpoke. Tutor moves we talked about, restricted battling, and then we're going to get the new co-op mode in Dens. And then they're planning to add even more. I am going to sneeze. Sorry about that. Planning on adding even more as we travel further into the world of Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I think that's everything that there is to find in the new updates right now. Again, if you want to watch the new trailer, it is out. It is out. You can go, I believe, right in here, and it shows you. So I will drop this link in the description for the video. I'll see if I can't get it up on an actual YouTube page. There it is. So I'll drop this link in the description of the video. I'll drop the link to this entire everything right here. I'll put right to this page here in the description of the video. So check that. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if there's any questions. And obviously, most of the things are true. Like, obviously, fact, just what we're given. But some of my predictions are predictions, obviously. So I might be wrong on stuff. And here's hoping. June 17th. We're 2 weeks away. I'm excited, guys. Peace out.